striking zone, but this guy's
Here she comes.
Go,
There she comes.
go, girl.
front and center.
Well, they are going to Mexico. They got to get used to that. Sit right over there if you will, or okay. I got the honor to be the first speaker tonight, and to say goodbye to Peter and Alicia. On behalf of, I'm really speaking on behalf of the board of the tennis club, so my remarks should be taken that way. You know, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Peter.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here at all today if it wasn't for Peter. And I should include the team he built the courts with. He's been a real help to the board and has guided us in all our ventures that we've taken. And I won't tell you, and Peter can tell you, we've had breakfast many times, right, Peter? And many times we've met and had breakfast and talked about the board and what we should be going and where we should be going. Peter has been instrumental in working with Jackie. Is Jackie back yet or not? I don't know if he is. Yeah. Okay. But he's been instrumental in working with Jackie and setting up this whole development and kept our relationship on a smooth one with Jackie. Along with some of the people on the maintenance committee.
Can't hear you.
Along with some of the people on the maintenance committee, Peter's been very instrumental in running the courts and developing the courts and maintaining the courts. And it's been a very hard job. Peter's big on volunteers doing all the work, and he has done that with his crew. I feel very, from a personal point of view, Peter and I have become friends. And I think Peter would agree with that. We can call each other or talk to each other anytime. I can't help it. I'm right into her.
It's too close in a way.
Peter and I have become very, I think, close friends and can talk and can trade emails, and we don't always agree, but we're both looking out for the best for the club. I think we've done that. I would call Peter a very true friend, and I would miss him very much. And I think the club will miss him very much. And I look forward to them coming back and seeing us again. Thank you very much, Peter.
Thanks, David. I'm just speaking as a friend of Peter. Last year I lost my very best friend, and this year I'm losing for a while my next to very best friend. And it's kind of sad, but I'm really happy for Peter and Alicia because they're going back to that Hispanic culture that they just love, and I know they're going to be terrific in it and then happy in it and come back re-energized, and it's just a very exciting thing they're doing, I think, you know, to take your partner and go off to another world. It's fantastic. You know, it takes a lot of courage, and, you know, if there's anything Peter has, it's courage. You know, been a Marine. If you play tennis with him, he thinks, you know, third set tie breaks are for sissies. You better play the full set. He's been a partner in a lot of things we've done on the island. You know, the tennis courts are one of them. He actually helped me run for office one time, which I utterly failed, but it was a lot of fun for a year, meeting a lot of people. And we tried to improve various things. We picked on quality of life, we call it. One of the things you see now are trails. But we did a variety of things, trees and trails. He was always, you know, they might, what do you want to do? Let's go talk about it. Let's work on it. Let's go to the meeting. And plus dinner, drinks, coffee, breakfast, and a lot of tennis. And I really need him. My 3.5 team. I have a team. Any 3.5 players? He's asked us to have a craft journey charter plane to Mexico to have a match once he gets his team together down there. We'll work on that. But I wanted Peter to be able to tell you a little bit about, you know, why he's going, and from his viewpoint. I know Alicia won't talk, but I'd love her to. But Peter.
Good notes. Well, I'm not going to look at them. I'm a little more inspired than looking at a 3x5 card. Some of you will remember that literally exactly 5 years ago to this month, we all stood around over in the back, over on the side of the Ritz-Carlton tennis courts, and the ladies put a lot of nice food together, but we were all kind of depressed and down in the dumps over what we were going to do. Well, Francis, that's a long story, but to cut through the whole thing, Francis put me in touch with Jackie. Where's Jackie? Francis put me in touch with Jackie, and we, over and back, and we, for our part, we put together a little team, a little steering group, which was Francis and Phil, Bob Schick, myself, and Leslie was involved, and a couple of others. And without a board in back of us, we were just a steering group, and we took some authority and we made a deal. And the deal that we made with Jackie was one that if you ever want to negotiate with I often said in the Foreign Service when one of the toughest things to do is to negotiate with a Nicaraguan, that's a compliment. And to negotiate with an old smart union leader is about the biggest challenge that you have. And Jackie knew exactly what he wanted. He knew how to do it. He understood our needs and he understood his needs, and we didn't have to argue about it. We really came to a nice, comfortable agreement where the Craft Athletic Club, under Jackie's presidency and his board, and our group, and we barely had a board at that time. It was just a bunch of us. We made a deal. The issue yet was that how are we going to pay for it? We were looking at $185,000, more or less, bill to build what you're looking at here, not getting into the extension issue that Joe is working with. And we didn't have $185,000 worth of members. But we decided over the kitchen table, that we'd go for it. And sure enough, it wasn't too long before, once the bulldozers started moving around and the Harchers started to arrive, that people were signing up. Right? What am I supposed to do? There we go. So anyhow, the long story short is we not only reached the $185,000 figure with a very modest maintenance figure, and we paid our bills, and at that point on, a new board was put in place, and they carried the management forward, and we are where we are today. The exciting thing about this, to me, is that as a community endeavor, we've become a lot more than a tennis court. We're now talking about people doing things with each other and with small side groups that have everything to do with community relations and friendships and relationships that go way beyond tennis. But staying with the tennis point, we've become a leader, not only in Amelia Island, we've become a leader and a group that is looked up to in Northeast Florida as one of the best operations, best facilities, highest quality tennis. The grant that Phil just got reflects the fact that, for the new course, reflects the esteem that we're held in. We're leagues all over the place, and we're considered a pretty serious threat in most leagues, ladies and guys. So we've become something very, very serious in terms of tennis. But in my view, it goes beyond that. Anyhow, I want to just say,